I am so happy today, and I'm excited to share with all of you. Good morning, everybody. I know there's a lot going on in the background. There's about 50 people in my house getting ready for a party, and here I am showing up. This is going to be an amazing day. Say that with me. Good things are going to happen for me today. When you say that and you believe that, good things have a tendency to happen. And when you start off your day and you don't feel that and you don't believe that and you feel overwhelmed or too much to do, good things don't happen. So, yes, I have had a ton to do. It is my little granddaughter's 6th birthday today. And I found out a week ago that she wanted to come for her birthday. Oh, Lo, come over here and say hi. Come over this way so you don't hit my cords. So Lola, my little granddaughter, can you tell them how old are you today?
6.
6. And you, on your birthday, said you wanted, well, a week ago you said, I want to go to Kansas for my birthday. What do you love about Kansas?
Because everybody's there.
Because what?
Everybody's there.
Everybody's there means family, huh? So who stayed the night with you last night? Cousins? Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Tell the viewers why we're having the theme of party. What's the theme of our party today?
Lemons.
Lemons. What's on your swimsuit?
Lemons.
What's all over your cake?
Lemons.
What's all over the kitchen?
Lemons.
What's all over the front door? Why lemons? Can you tell people why you picked lemons? Why does a 6-year-old want?
It's your favorite fruit.
Oh, it is? And this
No,
is not?
that's not why.
Nope, that's not why. Tell them why. Why did
Because that's my name.
That's your nickname. So who started calling you Lemon and why?
Me. Mommy.
Mommy. So it's like Lola Lemon? Lem Lem? I hear them call you Lem Lem. No? No, just Lemon.
No. They call her Shuba Duba and Gooba.
Shuba Duba Duba.
No, that's Shuba and Gooba. I'm the one who made Shuba.
You're the one that made Shuba.
I made up all the other ones.
So we've been working really hard in Frequence, haven't we? For like a year. It's been a year since you came to Grandma's house. We saw each other, but we've been doing meetings and lives, and we've been grinding, haven't we? Do you help? What do you do when you help?
Nothing. Watch the baby.
Watch the baby. What else do you do?
Me too. Cook.
Cook? You cook? Do you help pack 5-day experiences someday? Do you help pack the little packs? You help mommy ship? Yeah, it's busy, isn't it? But we're having fun. We're having fun. Well, I'm going to let you guys go swim. What's your birthday wish?
When I had the cake.
When you had the cake. Okay. So we got the cake. We got the family. You got to come to Kansas. And we're going to have a party by the pool all day long. Right? Yes.
Whoa.
Okay. Happy birthday. Should we sing happy birthday on the live? Do you guys think we should? Okay. There's only 5 of us here. Okay. Let's sing happy birthday to Lola. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Don't sing. Cha, cha, cha. Happy birthday, dear Lola. Happy birthday to you. Cha, cha, cha. Okay, you guys can go swim. Family is everything, right? Family is everything. So I had to get that out of the way because, most people would probably cancel their lives on her birthday. But Lola knows we're building an empire. We're doing big things. I have a company training call at 10 and at 11, CEO day off. And it is game on, party all day. But I wouldn't miss a day of showing up here with you because that's my commitment. And I've been doing every Saturday morning since probably 2006. And I will tell you, my hair is not on point today, but my macaroni and cheese is. My Oreo dirt cake is. My grape salad is in the works. My birthday decorations are ready to rock and roll. And we live in a town of about 2,000 people. Well, they say 4, but I think an optimist put that on the sign. And so when we do have family, it's a huge event, 50, 75 people at every birthday. And I think there's 28 nieces and nephews here in town. And so there's a birthday every week. You know, there's a birthday breakfast, there's a birthday meet at the Mexican restaurant. And family is just everything to me. And I will be honest with you, I used to be the number one aunt at every sporting event, every dance recital, every graduation. I never missed one graduation until this year. But I have had to really keep my priorities in check and also find ways that I could say, I love you, I support you, I'm your number one fan without having to be all the things. Because there comes a time where if you're really going to do something big and you're really going to scale, you can't be all things to everyone. And this past weekend, I spent an amazing couple of days at an event with some amazing people. And one of the things that they said is that there's going to come a time where you're going to have a breaking point, right? And you're going to realize I can't be all things to everybody. Now, I don't feel like my breaking point has happened in business, but I do believe over the last few years, I was very conditioned to be great, very conditioned. And I want you guys to write this down. Greatness is not found. It is created. It is created through the times where you experience a feeling that maybe you don't love. You go through something that you say, I didn't ever see this coming or want this. But sometimes you have to realize that where you're at, even right now, I don't know what you're going through. You need family around you. You need a God that you can pray to. You need a faith that will help you not give up, because there is a paradise on the other side of all of this suffering, right? So let's talk about that. Has anyone ever asked you where you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years? Has your tank ever been so empty that you actually didn't even know? I mean, there are emotions that we can measure, and apathy, where you literally just don't care anymore, is actually the lowest vibration that you can have. So anger would be better than I don't even care, I give up, right? Anger actually helps you focus. So I think there was a time in my life where I realized I had the wrong people all around me. You know, some people don't have goals. My family is very goal-driven, dream-driven. My son has been here for 3 days. We can't even have a conversation without having something to do with the entrepreneurial spirit, how we're going to go from here to there, what we're going to do to help people. And last night we were having a midnight conversation in the kitchen. You know, when they come home, which is not very often, like there's not a lot to come back to except 22 acres of heaven and me and dad, right? So my mom, grandma, on my side, their grandpa, and Michelle on Dave's side. That's the only people around here on Dave's side. And then when we're together and it's Thanksgiving or it's Christmas, it is a huge event. But every single person in my family, I mean every one of them is self-employed, hustling, dream-driven, work ethic. And my mother instilled that in me from the very, very beginning. So we would go dream building every Sunday. It's just what we did. It might have been a newspaper called The Shopper's Guide where we could buy an old pontoon boat to fix up and flip, or we would go look at a rental property or something. But it was just ingrained in me. Like, find something, make it better, come up, right? And I never thought I would be the CEO of a network marketing company. In fact, when Dave and I got married, I really wasn't a fan because of my previous experience. Then there was Dave, had no idea what it even was. But someone asked him, where do you want to be in the next 3-5 years? And most people never get asked that question. What you need to be coached out. You need someone that helps you find your purpose so you want to grind. You know what the core values are. You know what the mission is. You feel like you're a part of a family, if you will. And a lot of people don't have a family. They don't have a community. They don't have someone that's pushing them and instilling them to be more, to do more, to have more. And so when you hit a breaking point, let me ask you, who do you turn to? Because a year ago, 2 years ago, I was turning to anyone outside of my circle so that I could get better. Because I knew the people in my closest circle, business-wise, were not in alignment with where I wanted to be. And I literally felt like I was in water, treading water with like a 50-pound weight on my left leg. And I would start to go under and I would keep my head out of water. But I was like, I'm drowning, I'm drowning, I'm drowning. Has anyone ever felt this? Drop in the comments if you've ever felt, I'm drowning, I'm drowning, I'm drowning. And one day, my husband and I were driving. I literally started to alienate myself from that very family that loved me the most. And I will tell you why. I was in denial of what the reality really was. I love people, and what I need from people is love. Sometimes that's not a good combination. When I was 12, I made some really bad decisions as a young girl to do anything to be loved. At 18, I felt like I was making really bad decisions in an engagement to be loved. At 21, I meet the man of my dreams. Well, I met him in 7th grade and we went to the movies, but he came back into my life. And I want to tell you guys something. I felt loved like I had never felt loved. And I knew that was the man for me for the rest of my life. Do you feel loved? Do you feel appreciated? Do you feel valued? Are you getting your needs met? Do you have a community? Do you have a family that literally just put your arms out, wrap them around, and just give yourself a huge hug? Do you know a real hug should be 8 to 20 seconds, where you just are heart to heart hugging someone and you literally know that they love you. And do you know, babies cry for it. Grown men sign up and die for it because they don't know where else to get their needs met. Some people don't even know what their needs are. One of my other needs is growth. I'm never going to be stagnant. I can't handle people that just want to be mediocre, people that criticize, people that gossip. I read a book, The Magic of Thinking Big, on page 256. You can look it up. When I was 18 years old, I had been a distributor in a company called Amway. And when my husband and I joined Nutrition for Life International and I was 23, I had all these haters. Back in the day, it was a fax machine or a Xerox copy. And they would literally like print things. And, you know, one day they took 200 copies to the hospital where my mother-in-law worked. And they put them in all the mailboxes of the nurses and the doctors. Beware, this girl is doing some hokey pokey stuff. You know, nutrition was like voodoo back then. And I had to rise above those haters. But man, guys, when your need is love and you have people that are not only not loving you, they're hating on you, and you're 23, that was a big growth time for me. But you got to let people go through it. I decided I was going to become the example in the marketplace. I was going to shine. I read the book. It said, there was never a statue erected for a critic, and anyone that ever criticizes, write this down, will never be anything more than mediocre at best. And I highlighted the page. I made copies of it, and I went and passed that out to my previous downline or to my previous upline, to all the people that made the copies, to all the people that were saying that I wasn't going to make it. And my biggest competitor at the time was a gold company. It was called International Heritage. And the gold company had all the rich distributors in town, right? The lawyer, the doctor, the guy that owned the jewelry store, the car salesman. And then there was me and Dave, bankrupt beautician and a bull rider, trying to live the dream. And worse than that, my upline mentor had a felony in his previous life and had actually been to prison. Now, can you guys imagine how crazy the people went on this story? But I want to tell you something. I decided to be the example. And I went into the marketplace and I thought, how could I do this bigger, better than anyone had done it? I was 23. I found a competitive spirit in me. Why? Not because my family was supportive at the time. My family came to save me. My family came saying, what are you doing getting in a pyramid scheme? My family said, are you seriously going to quit your nail salon, your hair salon, your dance school? Are you really going to quit doing all of your craft show pop-ups on the weekends? Like, Barb, what are you doing? This guy is not a good guy. That was the word on the street. He was not a good guy. Let me tell you what I learned in that chapter of my life. I learned to listen to someone making 30 or 40,000 a month instead of someone making 30 or 40,000 a year. And I brought some notes today because success leaves clues. My mentor overnighted a book to me called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he said, Barb, you need to read this book. And the book taught me that there are a lot of people that become millionaires in their life. They could be an entrepreneur that is a business owner. They could be an inventor. They could be a business owner that actually has partners. You know, that would be like the entrepreneur. They could also be an investor. Sometimes people are employees, but they get good at investing. So if you want to be an employee, that's the E quadrant. If you want to be a business owner, that's the B quadrant. There's employee-minded people, and then there's business-minded people. So if you currently work for someone, I want you to take off your I'm an employee hat for just 1 minute. And I want you to ask yourself a question. What would be wrong if you knew that you could live your dreams, have fun with your family, have time to do what you wanted when you wanted, and have the money to pay for it? Why would you be so against an additional stream of income? And let me tell you, not only did my family end up eventually getting involved, I helped them make tremendous income. And the skill that I learned that was the real flex was having tough skin, was not listening to anyone that would talk down on other people. And reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I learned to focus on assets instead of liabilities. Assets are things that bring you an income, even if you aren't working. They are not the things that cost you money that you have to work to pay for. Now, there are assets like homes, jewelry, investments, stocks and bonds, an oil well, a book that you write that pays you royalties, a rental property. You know, there are assets like that. Those are things that are going to grow in value. And then there are things like the name brand items, going to the bar on Saturday night, having a car payment with high interest, maxing out your credit card because you feel like shopping. There are things that are not assets. People are the same way. You have people in your life that are an asset, and you also have people in your life that are a liability. So, sitting at the weekend last weekend, I was in the room with the woman that wrote every Rich Dad, Poor Dad book that I read back in the day. And her name is Sharon. And I said to her, success leaves clues. I was a girl in the rotten sundress, and her neighbor from Scottsdale, Arizona, actually taught me how to dress for success. Back then, we didn't have Zoom. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have all these devices. It was a fax machine or a printout that came once a month. And you drove 4 to 5 hours to even be able to go and see someone at a meeting. So to be in the room with these people, with these type of people. And this woman, I wrote down some things that she said. She was inducted into a Hall of Fame that day. She's one of the most incredible speakers. Invited me to her ranch in November to a small circle retreat. She said, I stand before you today with humility, pride, and joy. And I want you guys to ask yourself, not only where do you really want to be 3 to 5 years from now, but what is it that gives you humility? What is that you are proud of? What is it that gives you joy? When I see all of you on a Saturday morning, it's literally like, I'm so proud of you for showing up and saying you want to do more, be more, and have more and learn. When I think of joy in my life, it's a house full of kids and tons of family coming to swim at 3 and to barbecue. We actually had a huge day planned today. We were all going to visit my oldest daughter at 1 o'clock. And everyone flew home and I was so excited. And the night before last, I got a call from her and she said, I got transferred and I'm not going to be able to see everyone. And you guys, for a minute, I could have went down a really bad spiral. And that very day, I also had to be on 8 to 10 hours of Zoom that would have never been my choice to be on those Zooms. Not my rhythm of life, not something fun, not something I was enjoying, just responsibilities that I had to do, right? So how many of you find yourself, you're doing things that you don't love and you're feeling a low vibration and you're not feeling it's going to be a great day. It's going to be amazing. I'm so grateful. No matter what your conditions are, you can't get yourself to feel that way. And the minute you start to get low, then it's like people say everything happens in threes, or they say, I just can't win. I just can't catch a break. I don't know why. That's just par for the course. That's why it happens to you. And the minute that this situation happened, I had to switch my brain. And it's usually my kids that say, Mom, find the good, find the good. We're all home. First time in almost a year. We're all going to be there. It's Lola's birthday. You're going to be holding baby Rose. It's going to be amazing. And you have to really work on that every single day. One thing that really hit me at the end of my conversation with Sharon Lechner, I listened to her on stage say, I've been married almost 40 years, she said. And I was like, I've been married 30. She said, I have 2 children that have been married 20 years. And she was talking about all of her accomplishments with so much joy. But in the green room, she said, I need to get with you. I hear your story. I see your company. I love your passion. I lost a son to suicide. And you guys, what you see and what you put up on a pedestal is not all joy. It's not all pride. It's not all success. Every single person that is like that has been through those moments to get conditioned to be great. Greatness isn't something that just happens. It's something that is created. And nobody will ever be great without adversity. So when I think about this, have you added value to somebody's life? Because 1 + 1 does not equal 2. It actually equals 11. And last night, Chance and Daisy had a pop-up where they went to Hays, Kansas, and it's about 30 minutes from here. And we had all the kids, and it was all crazy. Lola, did you do a costume change? I love it. You got a new dress on. So they got home, and Chance and I were talking at midnight. And do you know what he said? I don't know, Mom. I just love helping people. Like, I just can't stop thinking about helping people. Expansion, growth, excitement, success. That is our rhythm of life as a family. It is all we think about. Last night at 10:30, all the family in the living room, I said, where did Callie go? Darian said, Callie's taking care of your diamonds. She went to the office. She's on her computer. And all of my family's like at 10 o'clock at night. And Lola's like, yes. Like, that's what we do. We work as a family. And I'm telling you, I'm so proud of every single one of you. I'm so proud that you showed up. It's not just my family that I love. It's this family that isn't even blood. It's all of these people that have locked arms with me that are saying, we are family. And you guys, we're creating something that's very, very special. Yes, it is Lola's 6th birthday, but it is a 9-month anniversary of us being in the kitchen where we went live on Black Friday and said, we have a dream. We don't know where this is going to go, but we're going to beta test a few products. And when we beta tested, the Lord showed us exactly what he was about to do. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 11. Let's talk about how you can be of service. If you could bring value, solve problems, have a servant heart, make impact, you would be amazed at what could happen to your monthly income, to your influence, to your following, to your circle, to your mental health, to your physical health, to the legacy that you could leave. So who do you need to add to your circle? That's the big question. Who did I need to add to my circle that would challenge me, that would encourage me, that would inspire me, that would keep me in check, that would say, Barb, don't do that. And are you humble enough to have the humility to take massive and immediate action on the places you need to change? When something bad happens to you, who do you call? Who do you call? Do you guys know that women control 60% of the nations? 60% of the nation's economy. Women control it with wealth. 85% of all consumption, 85% of all purchased for consumption starts with a woman. And so many women are playing small. 80% of men die married, but 80% of women die single or widowed. I want you to think about this. 80% of marriages, the man dies first. And there is a woman running that empire, that inheritance, that wealth, that business, that household. So, men, I love y'all. You're working so hard. You're doing all the things. Women, you got to get to work mentally and say, what am I building as far as legacy? What am I going to do to make impact? How do I step into my power? Don't give me this thing. Men make more. Men always get picked. Don't be the girl that plays small because you're a woman. I was at a 10X ladies event where everybody there was a boss, and none of them were going to feel inferior to any man in the world. But they also didn't say women are better than men. They said, what if we had our personal goals? They had their personal goals, and then we had couple goals. What would really happen in your business? Well, our family is all like that. We all do all the things right now because until we get to that 10 million a month mark, then we can not do all the things. But everybody is willing to scrub the toilet, go get on at 10 o'clock at night, because that's what it really takes to build an empire. I want you to just stop for a minute, put your hands together, and give yourself some applause, because the fact that you're still watching is pretty amazing. And I'm about to drop some real truth bombs. The importance of family or community is something that most people miss. And when you don't have it, you won't even know how low vibration you are. If you don't have a family around you, if you don't have your mom, your dad, Dave had one brother, lost him 20 years ago. My family is everything to Dave. Sometimes you've got to do the best with what you have, and you can't keep playing, I'm so sad, I'm the victim, I don't have what everyone else has. There is a family all around you that is saying, come over here, get in this circle, and be a part of this. And if you don't have one, let me be the one. I want to be completely in alignment with people the last 30 years of my life. If I live to be 80, 90, 100, I'm done playing small. I want you all to come into my family. I want you to understand there will be no gossip. There will be no hate. There will be no bullying. We're going to normalize trauma, and we're going to be real. We're going to be absolutely real. You're not going to be judged. Let me drop a real truth bomb right now. My daughter has been in jail for 90 days. It is the safest place that she has been in 10 years. She is not a criminal. She is not a criminal. She was struggling with mental health and could not go to a probation meeting. Therefore, she is sitting in a jail until Christmas. It is very hard for me to wake up, smile, be a CEO, be a mom, be a wife, run the retail stores, run the manufacturing, run the training. Boom, 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 boom. Here, I want to tell you guys something from the bottom of my heart. God is conditioning me to change the world. And what should be a really sad, go lay in the fetal position and cry. No, I did that the last 8 years. The last 2, the most grueling of my life, and buried my mother-in-law during that. We're on the comeback. We're on the comeback. And my daughter's story of overdose and what it did to our entire family as a unit, because it's a family thing. It's a family disease. One person's sick, everyone's struggling. One person's mentally ill, everyone's struggling. One person is alcoholic, everyone feels it. It affects everyone, right down to the newborn baby. Do you want to know why? Because when the head of the family cannot be present because she cannot be in alignment, that love is a trickle down. I had to get on my knees and literally pray to the Lord, what do you want me to do with the rest of my life? What can I do to serve you? And right after that was when my daughter really hit the rock bottom. And today we video chat now that she's transferred. Couldn't do that in our little podunk town. They don't even let you do anything. We wrote letters. We read the Bible together. She is part of my story. And I want to ask you guys, what are you hiding? What are you in denial of? What are you throwing under the rug? What are you afraid to just be authentic and just come right out and drop the truth bomb, right? There are days I have had to wipe the tears, put on the eyeliner, and print on the smile. But do you know what? I have never not been authentic to who I really am. And the highest vibration, even higher than love, is authenticity. Now, here's what you can't have. You can't have your grandkids and your kids and your nieces and your nephews and your siblings and your mom and your dad and everyone seeing you be a gossip, be a fake, be a liar, be a person that doesn't take commitment seriously, be a person that doesn't follow through, and expect that you're going to be the head of anything that's going to be great. Greatness is not something that is just there. It is created inside of you through adversity. So you got to embrace the suck. You got to look back at every chapter in your life and be like, that lawsuit, that bankruptcy, that losing all my income, that battle with cancer, that maybe it was a divorce, maybe you got fired, that poor decision that I made with all my finances when I lost it all. Like, you've got to look at all those and say, he was conditioning me to be great. Thank God I went through that. He was conditioning me to be great. Think of a potter with pottery on a wheel, slamming it, mashing it, kneading it, throwing out the rocks. You think you got the masterpiece, then boom, slamming it, kneading it. How many of you are done being slammed, kneaded, and run through all the rocks? Like, you're just like, I'm ready. I'm ready. And today, on this 6th birthday of this little girl, I can tell you, she has seen her grandma get on her knees and pray. She has seen her grandma fight back the words that would have been not pleasant. She has seen her grandma encourage people. She's been on stage with her grandma. She has seen her grandma build something that got completely destroyed. And she was on that stage, right? And yet she sees something new that everyone is rising and vibing and celebrating and loving and serving and recognizing. You guys, it is something that is ingrained in you because you live what you learn. And for some of you, you've lived turmoil. You've lived sadness. You've lived abuse. You've lived addiction. You've lived feeling so resentful, so angry. You just want to get even with these people. I'm telling you, that is what blocks the blessing. The blessing comes from the burden. You got to let it go. You got to be all love. If you really want to be a person that's rising and vibing and everything synchronizing, you can have both. You've got to get better. So here on No Guts, No Story, every Saturday morning, I completely, authentically pour my energy, because energy will match energy, right? And in times of turmoil is when the fortunes are made. We made a fortune in 1996. It was an election year. Everyone was going bankrupt, including us. We were on the Bob Dole tour with t-shirts. He was running for president, born and raised in this little podunk town. And we literally thought our ship was coming in because we had the gift store on the corner. Let me tell you guys, he didn't get president. Our little town didn't boom. And we still have Bob Dole t-shirts in the attic and a bankrupt situation to prove. Timing is everything in business. You got to take a risk, but sometimes you fail. I would rather have failed and learned what I learned then at 23 than to have never learned that lesson, because it gave me the wisdom. It gave me the muscle. It gave me the perseverance, the tenacity to fight back when I had haters, to fight back when I had people telling me it's not going to work, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. And today, being a person that's been in the field, that's been in the trenches, that's sacrificed, that's built it, that's lost it, I look at the people in my life and I say, I know what you're going through. I'm protecting this dream, this house, and this family is learning from me and their grandpa what it's going to be as they come up and how the legacy is going to be built. What legacy are you building with your family? What empire are you constructing right now? Is anybody carrying the bricks? Or are you the only one carrying the bricks? I had to get in a new circle. Remember that times of turmoil is when fortunes are made, because successful businesses solve a problem. So right now, the problem is everyone is a very low vibration. Everyone is hearing gloom and doom. Everyone is focused on division. Everyone is distracted. There's a million things. It's just notification, notification, notification. You got your Apple Watch on. You got your microwave food. You got your electric car. You got towers everywhere. You got your Ethernet. You got your internet tower right next to your bed. You got your electric phone charger. You can just lay it on. People are a low vibration. So the problem that we've solved is helping people to raise their vibration. Oh, I needed that. Okay. I didn't even get my rise yet. Dave just came and stole it. I was just about to mix mine. Now I have an empty cup. Dang it. Should never go till 9:30 without your rise. That's a whole nother story. But brightness of your future is going to depend on you solving a problem that the whole world has and what assets you are building. So Sharon Lecter said, assets are sexy. She must be close to 80 years old. I don't know. I want you to think about that. Assets are sexy. Some people don't want to talk about money because they feel like it's a bad thing. But here's the next thing that she said. She said, the older you get, the sexier they are. Now I want to ask you, what do you have at this point in your life that is an asset? And what are you building so that you can leave a legacy for your family to carry on? There's leverage in anything that pays you when you're not working. My mom was a single mom living in a single wide trailer with 5 of us. Today, I think she has 90 properties. She has 2 car washes with my brother. She has an RV park with 200 places that people pull in and park every night for $39. She is a boss, and she'll be showing up today with the homemade ice cream because she's usually working, shows up late right at the end with the homemade ice cream and the cake, right? But I've learned this work ethic because I learned it from my mom. Here's what I want you to think. What did you learn from your mom? What did you learn from your grandma? And do you need to learn new habits and lessons, or are those serving you? You know, there's a story where every Christmas, the grandma would put the ham in the pan and cut the end off. And one day, the granddaughter said, Grandma, why do you always cut a fourth of the ham off and throw it in the trash? And the mom said, why do you do that? And the woman looked at her mom and said, well, I do it because you always did it. And she said, well, I always did it because my pan wasn't big enough. So sometimes the habits you learn, why are you wasting a fourth of the ham just because you learned it from someone that learned it from someone that learned it from someone? Maybe you just need a bigger pan, right? Quit focusing on scarcity and retrain your brain. Learn new habits. Sometimes you got to break the curse. My dad's brother to suicide, Dave's brother to suicide. We break in the curse. Mental health is everything to me. When I noticed that there was nothing that I could do to save my daughter, and I gave it to the Lord, I literally prayed for something. And it's funny, the Lord sent it in the form of mushrooms. And it's something that will turn your brain back on. I don't make a claim it turns your brain back on. Let's say this: 7 organic mushrooms, no claims, doesn't cure anything or treat anything. Methylated B12, B6, those are the expensive ones. The mushrooms are organic. They're harvested in a way that's unlike most mushrooms. And the thing about it is, the straw has 11 harmonic frequencies that help tune your body to get those organs in alignment with their original frequency that has been so beat down from whatever trauma, PTSD, soldiers, moms like me that have just been through it, just so much, right? So now every day of my life is committed to this brand from now until the day I die, protecting it with all it's worth. We scare off the mean people. We tell people the toxic you bring is not worth the talent that you have. Go suck the life out of someone else's company if you're not going to be all love, all building each other up, empowering each other, encouraging other. It's a non-judgment zone. We had our convention. There was pink hair, blue hair, purple hair, black, white, light-skinned, really dark-skinned, speaking English, don't speak English, every political party, every religion. And guess what? Nobody cared, because that high vibration of love is the only thing we're focused on. And we're a vibrational company. So it is the main thing. You got to create positive habits. I'm not the friend to call if you want to wallow all day long and talk about people. I'm not the friend to call. But you can call me when you're down and I'll pray with you. I'll encourage you. I'll give you the shirt off my back, almost to a fault. True story. But let me tell you, it all comes back 10x. There's a beautiful butterfly that's just swarming the grass right in front of me. I don't want to waste your time. I want to be methodical. I want to be thoughtful, but I want to get results. Toxic is draining. Non-toxic is not draining. When you see your phone ring, all the conversations you have all day, do you go, I don't want to answer that? Or do you go, oh my gosh, it's my mom. It's my sister. It's Amy Cross. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. You know, like, who is your friend that calls you that's just like, I only want to take a minute of your time, but I just want to pump you up. Let me tell you, I had friends during the last couple of years that I would call and they would listen to me cry. I called a friend Lisa one day. I was draining. I was sad. I was crying. You know what she said to me? Quit talking out of both sides of your mouth. She literally said, poop or get off the pot, because I'm tired of hearing you cry. And I was like, dang. She said, quit enabling. Quit taking the abuse. Quit. And I said, but I can't because of my people. She said, you are in charge. You are in charge. And the minute I made a decision, started making boundaries, started making shifts, cut all the fat off my life. If you're constantly someone that's dragging me down, goodbye. Goodbye. I will tell you what to do, but I'm not going to match your energy, right? I will love you. I will pray with you, but I'm not going to match your energy. So look at it. I'm the best when I'm around someone that's pushing me, encouraging me. Even my son Chance, when he got here and what I had to do the 2 days before he got here, he goes, Mom, I don't even want to talk about it. That's not even a part of our life anymore. Let that be gone. I go, I know, but I need to talk to someone. He goes, Don't talk to me about it. Let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about the fact that we're running out of the summer flavor and it's gone. Let's talk about what we're doing in fall and it's going to empower so many people. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing in February in Orlando when we launch. And I go, you're right. He's like, those people that are sucking the life out of everyone and draining the life out of everyone, they've been doing that for 10 years. Why are we going to talk about them? I go, you're right. We're not. You got to be militant about your time. Your time is all you got. Ask yourself this. Are those conversations, those people, those distractions, those things you volunteer for, is it really worth taking time away from holding your grandbaby? Is it worth taking time away from your kids? Your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship. And this is really hard. My youngest, Callie, was coaching me on this morning. She goes, why are you worrying about what everyone else is doing? Because I love people. I'm a people pleaser. I have a need to be loved. What is your need? What is it that you need? Because it's also your superpower. Now, it's really hard, but you got to figure out how you're going to run your business, your marriage, your kids. If you're going to be baking cookies, you got to put that in there. So this morning, I knew I had to get up at 5. I made Oreo dirt cake. I made Nana Cindy's macaroni and cheese. I got Casey's breakfast pizza open or ordered so I could be out here with all of you. I got the kitchen clean. I got all the punch stuff in the punch bowl ready for 3 o'clock, right? I got the trays for the cupcakes there. The cupcakes just aren't in them. Very methodical, right down to I will be done today with the company call at 11. Then I was going to be in the car driving to town to see my daughter. And here's the thing, guys. I plan my time like it's military. And it's very irritating to me to be around people that are just like a ship without a rudder, going with the flow. It's no big deal because there's urgency here. There's lives to change. There's people to impact. There's products to share. There's vacations to plan, houses to build, second homes that you're going to have near the people that you love. But when you allow yourself to become that visionary and say, I'm going to be the one. I'm good at this. I got people all around me. You also have to know what you're not good at. Some people enjoy the operations, all the details, all of the numbers, all of the columns. That ain't me. Guess what I'm good at? Creativity, bringing inspiration, building people up, recognizing them, loving them, planning the trip, planning the incentive, creating a culture where everyone feels so good. Guess what I'm never going to be good at? Shipping and getting the right things in the box. Organizing. No, that is not what I'm good at. So I want to ask you, what are you good at? What are you forcing yourself to do? Do what you're good at. Delegate the rest. Do what you're good at. Delegate the rest. Your children deserve to have your attention. Your grandkids deserve to have your attention. You can have the cleanest house and mine is not perfectly clean. You can have the most groomed lawn and mine is not the most perfectly groomed. We have tarps down because we didn't get our landscaping done. I don't care. We're going to have the best party, authentically real, and everyone's going to leave remembering how I made them feel. Not that they came to a mansion, and not that all of my cars were shiny and clean, not that all of my drawers are organized. Nothing that I care more about than how my family feels when they're here with me. And when I take that in my house, I take that also serious in my business. It is a superpower. It is literally a superpower. I have found a way to value myself enough to know I cannot be everything to everyone, but I will be everything I can be to the ones who are at the table, that are rowing the boat, that are building the empire, that want to make lasting change. And I want you to think of 5 or 6 people that you're listening to on a daily basis. 5 or 6 people. Are they gossipers and drains? Or are they people that are really pumping you up? Because if you're even exposed on Facebook or YouTube or Snapchat or Instagram, mute it, delete it, block it, cut it out of your life. Otherwise, you can't foster a stronger, better future. You're always going to match that vibration. And so squeeze it out like a tube of toothpaste. Just get it all out so that you can literally say, I'm going to plug into a system where I'm going to grow. I'm going to earn more. I'm going to be more. I'm going to do more. I'm going to have more. I'm going to make more impact. So when you be, you think from where you want to be so that you will do what that person would do, even though you're not there yet. And then you will have everything you've ever dreamed of. I don't care where you apply this in your life, your marriage, your health, your wealth, your business, whatever it is, you got to discipline yourself. Do it when you don't want to, like an athlete would, like a performer would, like an Olympian would. And then it compounds because you showed up every single day. It starts to compound. And then all of a sudden you do 10x because you put in the reps. Now, I'm not a person that works out, but people put in the reps when they're in the gym. People put in the reps when they're committed to their family. I will do anything for the people that I love. I put in the reps, let me tell you. And in my finances, I live way below my means. And I focus on assets, not liabilities. There are times when I need a new car. My husband's like, you're not even going to make it to the lake house in this. If you don't get a new one, I'm worried you're going to be broke down on the side of the road. But I'm always thinking like, why would I want to spend money on that when I could take that same money and do a giveaway, an incentive trip? I could buy a property for the price of a Cadillac Escalade. Well, maybe not where you live, but I could in Kansas. I'm always thinking like a game of Monopoly. It's a game of life, guys. What are you building? What will you leave? And it's not just money. I'm going to give my time. I'm going to give my resources, and I'm going to make impact all over the world, not just while I'm rising and vibing with my tuned straw over here. It's so much bigger than that. Frequence is a vehicle that allows me to make impact. The true mission is much bigger than a company. It's a movement that is making people feel amazing. And I hope that today, as you tuned in, you feel good. I want you to feel good now. I want you to feel good later. I want you to feel good tomorrow. And I want you to feel good for the rest of your life. Whether we're in business together or not, I'm going to keep showing up like a wart that won't go away. And I am going to be on this Facebook page, LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify, podcast, all the places, and even in new books that are coming out every single day of my life. And one day, when I'm no longer here anymore, this little girl sitting here holding the kitty and my little niece sitting here listening in is going to say, remember when remember when Grandma Barb would do those lives every Saturday morning? Macy, what did you tell me at the lake last week? You said you wanted to do this. Why did you want to do this? It seems cool. Come over here. You can tell my viewers bye. Come here, Lola. Let's tell everybody bye. You guys want to see my new readers that I got? They're sunglasses and readers. Gift from Elena Cardone. I would never buy these. I would never pick this, but what do you guys think? Am I looking crazy?
Yeah.
Looking a little crazy?
Wait, I got the cat.
These people are all watching you. Put your face in here, Mace, so we can see you. This is Macy, my baby sister's daughter. And this is Lola, the birthday girl. And we're going to be rising and vibing and having a birthday party all day long, aren't we? Are you excited?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell them thank you for tuning in? Remember the one time you took my phone and you went live in the bathroom? What did you tell people to do while they were watching? You said, if you're watching it live, say live. If you're watching the replay, hit replay. And what did you tell them to click on? Do you remember that? She said, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Do you remember that? No. She was like 3 and she got my phone. She was in the bathroom doing her makeup because she had watched her mom do Get Ready With Me. And she was like, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Sweetie. Now you're 6. Look at them dimples. Most beautiful little girl in the world. And her little sister, Rosie. And then 2 boys. Jet is with his other grandma. And Knox, you saw earlier. But these girls are going to help me. They're going to go decorate. I got to go because I got a company live starting in 8 minutes. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you got some great value. Please drop in the comments the one takeaway you got from today's broadcast. And wish my sweet Lola a happy 6th birthday. Bye, guys. Tell them bye.
Bye.
Can you show them your secret ingredient? Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Please share this if you got value.